Have you ever found yourself wondering if a woman truly loves you? Sure, words can be powerful, but when it comes to love, it's often the unspoken gestures that speak the loudest. Today, we're uncovering something beautiful: 6 genuine behaviors women only show to the men they deeply love and trust. These aren't just random acts of kindness, they're heartfelt signs. If you recognize these, you're not just someone in her life, you're someone in her heart. 1. She makes you a priority. When a woman truly cares, you never have to beg for her attention. She proactively rearranges her day so you fit within it. She might reschedule a hair appointment, push back yoga class, or skip another episode of her favorite series just to grab ice cream with you before the parlor closes. Listen to how her language shifts from "I'm slammed all week" to "give me a minute to shuffle some things around." She protects her career, nurtures her friendships, and pursues her passions, yet you become a golden thread woven through the fabric of her routine. Importantly, she doesn't treat your presence like a chore that must be ticked off a list. Instead, she looks forward to those minutes together the way most people anticipate a warm bath after a cold day. Even during crunch times, tax season, finals week, product launches, she fires off a midday voice note, shares a photo that reminded her of you, or sneaks in a 5-minute call between meetings. The message is clear: your joy enriches her own, and investing time in the relationship replenishes rather than drains her energy reserves. Note how she never guilt-trips you into noticing her efforts. Her generosity is freely given, not a bartering chip. Giving you a slice of her limited time declares you matter more than scrolling social media or lounging at home. It's her way of saying, in action, that you are a priority, not an afterthought. 2. She reveals her vulnerable self. Real intimacy isn't forged through grand declarations. It's born when two people feel safe, revealing parts of themselves they usually keep hidden. A woman who truly loves you gradually lowers her guard until you meet the version of her that exists when the world isn't watching. She'll laugh so hard she snorts, admit the embarrassment of repeating 7th grade, and confess the recurring nightmare that still jolts her awake. She'll share playlists, the poem she wrote and never showed anyone, and the professional rejection letter that still stings. Such disclosure isn't fishing for sympathy, it's an invitation to witness her humanity, light, shadow, quirks, and brilliant ideas. Your response matters. If you stay present, avoid judgment, and hold her feelings with respect, you prove you're worthy of deeper trust. Over time, the conversations grow even more tender. Complicated family dynamics, money anxieties, long-buried grief, and audacious ambitions she's afraid to articulate. Each revelation reinforces a virtuous circle. Courage begets understanding, and understanding begets closer connection. She's telling you, I believe you will cherish what I show. When that belief is rewarded, she blossoms, and the relationship shifts from polite partnership to soulful alliance. Vulnerability, after all, is the currency of love, and she spends it exclusively on someone she envisions in her forever story. In letting you see the tears as well as the triumphs, she's betting on your empathy, wagering her heart on the hope that you'll respond with acceptance rather than ridicule. 3. She champions your dreams as her own. In her eyes, your dreams don't belong solely to you. They're a canvas she's eager to help you paint. When you mumble a half-formed business idea over breakfast, she's already sketching logo concepts on a napkin. Tell her you want to run a marathon, and she'll research training plans, meal prep guides, and suitable sneakers, even if she's not a runner herself. Her support isn't blind cheerleading. It's informed, practical, and relentless. She sees the version of you who has crossed the finish line, and she holds that vision steady when your self-belief wobbles. On days you feel like quitting, she reminds you of progress with screenshots, journal entries, or a simple, "Remember when this was just a wish?" She celebrates incremental milestones, a new client, an extra mile, a solid demo, because she knows big victories are stitched from small threads. Yet she balances encouragement with honesty. If your timeline is unrealistic or your plan fragile, she'll challenge you to refine it rather than watch you crash. Importantly, her advocacy carries no strings. She doesn't champion your goals to brag about being power behind the throne. Witnessing your growth fuels her own sense of purpose, turning two separate lives into a joint expedition where both partners climb higher than either could alone. She'll even celebrate setbacks, seeing them as plot twists, not dead ends, and she'll sit with you during course corrections until clarity returns again. 4. She sacrifices comfort for your happiness. Hollywood loves grand gestures, skywriting proposals, orchestras on rooftops, but lasting love often hides in humble inconveniences. The woman who adores you trades comfort for your well-being without turning sacrifice into spectacle. She'll brave drizzle to stand roadside while you change a tire, replace silky pajamas with paint-splattered overalls to help refresh an apartment, or endure 3 hours of stats talk at your fantasy league draft even though she prefers poetry. She does these things quietly, without performative sighs that say, "Look how much I'm giving up." Her compass points toward the shared happiness of the relationship rather than her temporary ease. In return, she draws satisfaction from your relieved smile and the inside jokes born from mishaps. Over time, these little swaps accumulate into a sturdy trust that survives bigger storms. She knows there will be evenings you carry her burdens too, so her generosity isn't martyrdom, it's reciprocity in advance. Crucially, she never asks you to erase your needs so hers can dominate. She simply adjusts her comfort dial to meet the moment. Whether learning to cook your grandmother's soup recipe despite being a takeout queen or swapping plush theatre seats for bleachers at your nephew's school play, her actions spell the same truth. Your joy amplifies my own. Sacrifice in this context isn't about losing something. It's about investing in a bond that pays dividends of closeness, laughter, and mutual respect. These micro-choices, repeated over months and years, weave an unbreakable fabric of devotion together. 5. She fights for you, not against you. Conflict is not the opposite of love, indifference is. A woman who values the relationship engages in disagreements because she refuses to let silence turn small cracks into canyons. She brings up what bothered her, your forgotten promise, the sarcastic joke at dinner, not to score points but to mend the fabric before it frays. When discussions heat up, she focuses on issues, not character assassination. You'll hear, "When that happened, I felt," instead of, "You always." She asks questions to understand your perspective, offers her own, and remains open to compromise. Importantly, she stays in the room, sometimes literally sitting on the floor so body language feels less combative. After tempers cool, she circles back with reassurance. A lingering hug, a text, shared laughter over how dramatic you both sounded. The goal is repair, learning, and strengthening, not winning. Over time, her willingness to fight for togetherness teaches conflict skills that ripple into work, family, and friendships. She models that love isn't fragile. It's resilient when nurtured with honesty, empathy, and accountability. By choosing to confront tension instead of burying it, she broadcasts that the relationship is worth discomfort, effort, and risk. That unwavering commitment is the real security blanket. You know storms may come, but neither of you will abandon ship at the first rumble of thunder. She may even suggest counseling or structured check-ins, proving she'd rather invest in growth now than pay costly interest on resentment later down the road. 6. She envisions a future with you. Perhaps the sweetest evidence of her love is the way every future scenario she imagines features you by default. She'll idly scroll apartment listings, point to a sun-soaked balcony, and ask, "Would you read out here while I garden?" Over dinner, she envisions adopting an elderly dog together or debating which country's wine region should be first on our travel bucket list. These fantasies arrive with a relaxed smile, not a ticking clock. An invitation to co-author, not a binding contract. Pay attention to the pronouns, we, us, ours. They appear effortlessly, showing her heart has positioned you as a teammate in adventures yet to unfold. She seeks your input on retirement dreams, ideal cities, whether you see yourself as a parent, and what traditions you'd love to start. By weaving your views into her sketches, she respects your individuality while anchoring it in partnership. If visions differ, she negotiates, laughs, adjusts, proof she values the relationship more than any single blueprint. When a woman consistently frames tomorrow as something you'll explore side by side, She's issuing a heartfelt invitation. Let's build a life we're both proud to wake up in. Accepting it means stepping into a story that already has space reserved for you. Her excitement is contagious, turning distant possibilities into vivid pictures already you can almost taste and touch together. Love isn't just something we feel, it's something we do. And the quiet moments, the consistent choices, the small sacrifices, they all tell a story. If you're seeing these signs, know this. You're not just loved, you're deeply cherished. That kind of love is rare and worth everything. If this resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another video that honors the beauty of real love and connection. Thanks for watching, and always remember, real love leaves clues. You just have to be willing to see them.